All right, welcome to Afternoon Drive, folks. Hope you're all doing having a good Thursday afternoon out there. My name is Drew Moholland, and thanks for tuning back in. Been a fun week here, and this is the last show of the week, so we got a great guest to end things. More on that in just a second. Bit of a scare for a bunch of local schools in the area today. A bunch of email bomb threats to schools. So like more and more of this every day. It's crazy the amount of threats happening against schools. Really across the country, but there's been certainly a lot of them here in Massachusetts as well. A lot of bomb threats. I don't know. Sometimes we used to joke that these things would happen like the day before a big midterm or something that somebody wasn't ready for, because they usually do turn out to be nothing. But of course, everything needs to be taken seriously these days, and I guess there were a bunch of them here in Massachusetts today, so nothing has come of it, as they usually is the case. Just have to be cautious, I guess, but kind of a scary thing there. Joe Kelly of your Boston Red Sox in the news today. He's going to sign with, guess who? The Los Angeles Dodgers. So Joe Kelly, the man who became a bit of a cult hero here in Boston for throwing at one of the Yankees there, Tyler Austin, and setting off a brawl. And he was kind of a funny guy, kind of quirky too, and had a great postseason. So that earned him some money. Joe Kelly going off to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers today. That was in the news. He was a great player there for a while. Locally, we have some. We covered the basketball game here on Joppa the other night. It's been rerunning a little bit here on the Port Media station, the TV station, but we had a nice win by the Newburyport Clippers and Coach Dave Clay to get the season off to a good start. Congratulations, Coach Clay. Talked to him after the game. He wasn't exactly thrilled, so they need to execute better, but a pretty gutsy win, though, which was good. A win is a win, especially on opening night. Girls team lost last night, Newburyport girls basketball, and congratulations to Coach Paul Yameen, who got his hockey team off to another great start. Looks like they might be good. Had a good win to start the season the other night. I think they put up 7 goals or something, so Newburyport hockey off to a good start. We'll have some of those guys in as the year progresses as well. So the winter sports season is off and rolling. Hope you got some good weekend plans set up. I had myself a busy weekend. I'm going to wish my mother an early happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. She is the best. So she's probably working, so she won't hear this, but it's nice of me to say, I think. And yeah, so that's where we're at. EJ Ouellette is in the house today, local musician. He is at the Grog tonight. Talented guy, brought his guitar, which, as you all know, is always fun for me. We get some live music on the show today, and that is always a good thing. So he's already in the house. I'm going to get out of the way, actually, and just get to him then. I think that's going to be the plan here for me. So let's do that. EJ Ouellette in the house when we get back. Don't forget to follow the show at Afternoon Drive. Again, that's not it. I keep wanting to change the Twitter handle. I think it's at Joppa Afternoons. At Joppa Afternoons, Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. That is the Twitter handle. And feel free to tune in, be interactive with the show, all that good stuff. We always appreciate it. And yeah, so that's the deal here. So we'll be right back with EJ Ouellette in just a moment. We'll talk some music. We'll play some music, all that good stuff. Keep it here. My name is Drew Moholland. This is Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. Welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good Thursday. Pretty nice out there. It's cold. It's wintertime, though. That's what you get here in New England. Again, EJ Ouellette is our guest here. He is at the Grog tonight, about a 7 o'clock start upstairs for those of you who want to check in and go see him. He's a talented man. It's the first time on the show, EJ. Glad to have you in here.
Hi, Drew. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? You're a busy man.
I am well, thank you. Yes, I'm a busy man.
Indeed. So what's on? What are you doing these days? You get it seems a lot of projects going on.
Well, I am somewhat industrious lately. I run my studio.
Yep.
And I have a little music academy over there. We train dedicated artists, young to adults,
yep,
seniors, and I'm doing a lot of record production these days.
Nice.
And I'm also recording studio tracks for people's music all over the world, which is kind of nice.
That is nice.
You know, and I'm working on my own music as well.
Well, that's cool. It's going to be a pretty rewarding gig, huh?
It is. It's 15 hours a day.
15 hours a day.
15 hours a day, but it's great.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. What's the a little bit about yourself. So you when did you start picking up that thing, the guitar there?
Well, my grandmother bought it for me when I was around 10 years old.
Wow.
And I'm the oldest of 10, so
oldest of 10.
Yeah, so they figured that would keep me out of trouble.
You got a lot of responsibilities there. Jeez.
Oh, boy, man.
Still, right? Yeah. Wow. Well, did you guys all play? You have one big family band?
I was mostly the musician. We had a few others that played, but I had a band when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
And we used to play Sweet 16 parties, and I was kind of young, but it was really cool.
Yeah, I would think so.
And, you know, I'd made $25 to play my guitar. I was happy.
Yeah.
So it was always my after-school thing.
That is outstanding.
Yeah.
So, wow, 12 years. So your grandmother, she deserves all the credit on this.
Yeah, she was right from this area. A lot of my cousins and her family was from Salisbury, Newport, and Seabrook.
Excellent. What's the, so as far as somebody comes out to see you tonight, what's the style of music they're going to hear?
Well, I'm sitting with my friend Paul Prue, who's another Haverhill guy.
Gotcha.
And we grew up together.
Yep.
And he has a dinner music show going on up there, and I'm going to go sit in and play a couple tunes and bring my fiddle and
Sweet.
my mandolin and make noise.
You want to do a little pre-show right now and give us one?
Sure.
I love it.
Let's see what we got.
All right, E.J. Ouellette here.
All right, a little tune off my Rock the Bow album. See if I remember the lyrics. I haven't done this in a while. Every time I see your face, I fall in love all over again. I don't know why you let it go this way. You've been trouble since the very first day. It's alright if you go with him. It's okay if I don't win. Should've known better with somebody like you. Could've known, baby, with the things that you do. I don't care with why or how. It's all over now. It's all over now. Can't get over how things have changed. It was just the other day you held my hand, but now I see, baby, plain as day, that this is not love, so take it away. When you leave, baby, don't say bye. You won't see me lay down and die. Should have known better with somebody like you. Could have known, baby, with the things that you do. I don't care with why or how. It's all over now. It's all over now. There's never been a bigger clown than me. This time around I won't let you see how it goes. I'm lost again, but I won't cry, won't let you in. Woo! There's never been a bigger clown than me. This time around I won't let you see how it goes. I'm lost again, but I won't cry, won't let you in. Should have known better with somebody like you. Could have known, baby, with the things that you do. I don't care with why or how. It's all over now. 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 Yeah!
Very nice, very nice. E.J. Ouellette.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, Drew.
You wrote that one, huh?
I did.
Excellent.
Wrote that years ago.
It's an old one. Very
Yeah,
good
an
job
old
with the
one.
lyrics. No teleprompter like these guys these days, huh?
Missed the chords there a little.
Excellent.
Brain cells are still there.
Yeah, it's a nice, catchy little tune. If we don't have that one in our system, we got to make sure we do that. I think
It's on
we
my Rock the Bow album.
Rock the Bow. All right, very nice.
I actually wrote that here in Newburyport when I used to live here.
Oh yeah,
years ago. Yeah.
Excellent. What's the songwriting approach? What comes first? The epic question, the words, or the
I
music?
write songs every day. I write them with my clients in my artist development program, and I'm actually writing songs with people in England and India.
Wow.
And so I come at it from different places.
Yeah.
These days, I'm sort of writing with my keyboard. I write the lyrics. I'm writing lyrics first. Before, I used to just, come up with the melody first. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I come up with melodies really, really easily. The lyrics are a little more of a challenge.
Harder sometimes.
So I need to put the music aside and not get distracted, because I just flow through it and come up with the concepts.
Yep. Yeah. Nice little folky sound to the voice there too. You got some folk influences, or?
I've got a lot of good question. I have a lot of influences.
Yeah.
I've played all kinds of music.
Yeah.
And produced tons of different stuff.
Yeah. Pull a little bit from all of them.
Yeah. So right now I'm doing an American roots thing.
Yeah.
Americana thing, and I'm kind of going in and out of that most of my career.
Yep.
So
well, that's good. So are you gonna play that one tonight for those of you who want to see it in person?
I haven't thought that far yet.
The set list is a moving thing, right?
It's just there.
That is too funny. It's
my band says, "Where's the set list?" I go, "It's up here."
It's kind of a fun way to do it, isn't it? The Grog is a fun little place to play. I know said it's been around forever, and it's changed over the years. I know, but that's probably one of those. When was the first time you played there? Do you remember?
I played there my first time in 1975.
Wow. There you go. That shows you how
old.
old.
A hoot night.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I was there with Tom Bergeron, who was Dancing with the Stars guy. We grew up together, same neighborhood.
Formerly WBZ.
That's
back
right.
in the day.
And other stations around here.
Yeah.
And Paul Prue, who I would be playing with tonight.
Yep.
And we would go down and do open mics. Tom used to do mime and stuff, and
Is that what he did? Does he play an instrument?
I'm sorry.
Does he play an instrument, Tom?
I don't think he plays an instrument, but he used to do his mime thing.
Wow.
In his comedy act.
Right. He ended up okay, huh?
Oh, he did great.
Everybody says he's a pretty great guy, actually. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that sounds like fun. So again, the Grog tonight at 7:00. If you want to see more of EJ, but we'll be talking about we're getting to know him a little bit. How's the teaching aspect these days? I mean, do you have a lot of like you said, you'll work with young kids too? I mean, these are
I've had a big school here.
Yeah.
I had one in Amesbury. We had 400 students, 16 teachers.
Yeah.
And I was Eddie admin, so I got tired of doing that.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the music.
Right.
So I folded that.
That can be draining, right? It can be rewarding, but draining.
Yeah, I'm an artist. So I really want to get back to my music, and I'm teaching 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly developing artists.
Yep.
And songwriters and singers.
Yeah.
And so that part of the teaching.
So there's no teaching chords anymore right now.
Well, I have two other teachers that teach there part-time, but mostly my studio right now we're developing artists, and I'm producing records.
Gotcha.
What's
it's funny. It's interesting. I picked up I'm a poor man's guitar player, but I literally picked it up from YouTube. I went online and I'm watching chords and I'm playing around for a while and just kind of taught myself. I wonder if you get a lot of, or do you have people that want to come pick your brain and say, I've kind of been teaching myself over the years. Can you kind of find me up a little bit and sign me up?
So what I do, I play like 15 instruments. So and you learn how to move your body parts and things like that. And a lot of people that come to me, from YouTube, they have a lot of technical.
Is that a common thing? Do people do that?
Well, they do, but you don't learn how to play an instrument by playing songs.
Yeah.
You really have to drill.
Yeah.
You have to do exercises, and you have to work on your form and your technique and your breathing and all that. So usually they come in, they're really rigid, and so we're not breathing is the first thing. I go, well, I can't breathe and play. Well, you're dying. Okay, so my program over at Whole Music is what we did is I created programs to break people of their physical limitations, so that they learn how to play what I would consider more in a relaxed, way, and not rigid, and So most people come to me, they're really stiff and they don't breathe and they struggle through it, and they wonder why they're not learning. Yeah, because the body's in the way. Gotcha. So I have a yoga. I'm a yogi.
Oh wow.
Practicing yogi. So I take this technique and I put it in my teaching. So it's breathing and mind body, and I give them stuff. And I just said, go home, do this, come back to me.
Nice.
Next week, just do this,
Body's in the way. I like that.
The body's in the way.
It's a good line.
I mean, there's a couple ways to hold a guitar correctly,
Yeah.
but there's a million ways on how not to hold it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
For example, give us one. What's a
people,
common one?
A lot of people sometimes they'll put their palm behind their neck like this,
Yeah.
and they're really squeezing, they're fighting and doing all this stuff, and they hunch over and they can't breathe.
Yeah.
And it's not really like that. You have to have the right lines.
Yep.
I teach violin, and that's really particular. You have to have the right lines. There's only one or two ways to hold that instrument to get sound out of it, and there's a million ways not to.
Yep.
And once you start going down that rabbit hole of body tension, it memorizes in the body,
Yep.
and then they come to me, and I have to go release them of that affliction.
I gotcha. How's the? Do you love playing live?
I do.
You do. Is that the most joy you get out of it these days?
I really love performing.
Yeah.
I have not been performing that much this year because
Yeah.
I'm producing a bunch of records, and I'm getting outside the hood.
Yep.
So I'm doing that, and I'm planning a tour in 2019.
Nice.
So I'll be going to different places.
It's funny, we have a lot of musical acts that come in here, and even some of them. I've seen some of the guys that played. One of the guys I remember I saw at the Newburyport Brewery one night, and he had a packed house in there and was solid. And then we brought him in here, and he says it's funny. You always have that little bit of adrenaline nerves when you play in front of a house, like the Newburyport Brewery. It was a good crowd that night. It's funny, you come in here with just a couple of us in here, you still kind of have different kinds of nerves. How do you tell people? It was very funny to hear him talk about that. It was just us. But it's, I'm sure you see all sorts of people who literally get that fright of, even some of the best musicians in the world. Van Morrison, I remember, was tortured by playing live. Some of these greats had that problem.
I've never had that issue, ever. I've been on stage, been very comfortable with it. I played more gigs in my first 20 years of, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And I played pretty much quite full time up until 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow.
So I was everywhere, but I never really get nervous.
How about those early bands? You remember being a young guy and going out trying to impress for the first time? I mean, that's pressure, right, in its own way?
Here's the thing. I find if you get on stage and you get into what you're doing, rather than trying to show everybody what you know, what you do, so there's a different things. I always took a musician's route, and as opposed to the star route.
Yep.
So I get into my music and I just went into myself.
Nice.
And that's how I think I connected with my audience and built my audience that way, because I wasn't going like, look at me.
Yeah.
I didn't really, it was really about making sure that I played well.
Yep.
As opposed to what people perceive you as doing,
So you're able to just get into your own little zone.
Yeah, get in my own zone, enjoy people while I'm entertaining them.
Yeah.
Of course, and so I did play out at the Grammys last January, and that was a little bit nervous.
No kidding.
I was a little bit nervous on that one.
How'd that all come about?
Well, in fact, I'm going out in February to do this. There's a lot of showcases going on around, in and around, and I had a spot, and I was actually nervous for that one. But I had put together an international band behind me, and we had 10 minutes, and we kicked it right out of the park.
Nice.
And we never played together before.
Really? Wow.
No
kidding.
Yeah.
How does that work? Just a bunch of pros and say, follow my leader.
It's what happens is most of these guys are, studio guys, and they probably taught a lot.
Yep.
And that separates them from the rock stars.
Yeah.
Because, they're not into just playing 15 songs.
Yeah.
We can play anything. There's no question. And, send me the chords. I don't need the chords. What key is it in? Okay, got it.
There you go.
Listen a few times, and it's in the bag.
Gotcha. All right, well, we got to take a quick break, but you want to take us to break with another one here before we do it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you got one lined up there that you...
Sure.
There's no set list for tonight. I'm sure you don't have one for here. You're just feeling it, right?
That's what we got here.
What's this one called here?
It's called No More Wasting Time.
No More Wasting Time by E.J. Ouellette. We'll come back. We'll talk more with E.J., but he'll take us to break.
You put your best laid plans in your pocket when love call your name. How many more times you've forgotten to come inside when it starts to rain? To come inside when it starts to rain. Feels like the road's gonna end before you get somewhere. And those turns that you made didn't get you there. And the moments turn to years, they're gone forever. No more wasting time, no more wasting time. Did you ever see the beauty in what's before you? Did it all need to fit in your plans? It just comes down to those feelings, 'cause you're losing the moment at hand. 'Cause you're losing the moment at hand. Feels like the road's gonna end before you get somewhere. And those turns that you made didn't get you there. And the moments turn to years, they're gone forever. No more wasting time, no more wasting time. What you want when you want it, but there's something that bleeds from your heart. Just look in that same direction, and you'll never know which way to start. 'Cause you'll never know which way to start. Feels like the road's gonna end before you get somewhere. And those turns that you made didn't get you there. Feels like the road's gonna end before you get somewhere. And the moments turn to years, they're gone forever. And those moments turn to years, they're here forever. No more wasting time, no more wasting time, no more wasting time, no more wasting time, no more.
Nicely done. Much more with EJ Ouellette here in just a moment. Keep it here. It's Joppa Radio Afternoon Drive. All right, EJ Ouellette in the house. Excellent stuff here so far. We have always love having the music shows. I was just talking to EJ during the break there, and it's funny. These shows fly by for me when we have musicians, and especially the good ones. And you're obviously one of those, so it's good to have you here again. The grog tonight for EJ, 7:00. You said upstairs room, which is always a fun place. The grog. But any other shows you got coming up that you want to?
I'm not doing much right now.
Okay,
I'm not doing much right now.
So this is a rare chance. Get out there.
It's a rare chance. I'm going out to LA to do something in February.
In February,
so
yep.
Hanging tight for just a little bit.
All right, very good. We talked about the live performances and all that. What about as a fan? Who do you like going out to see these days? Do you get out to many shows?
I like Amos Lee.
I do too. I'm really into him.
Especially his new album is fabulous.
I love that. Yeah.
We competed against each other in the Grammys this year.
You guys competed against each other.
Yeah. He didn't make it, and I didn't make it.
Tell me that story.
Well, I'm in NARAS,
okay.
National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, which is also known as NARAS, and I just put out a single, and it's called "Waking Sleeping Maggie." And I recorded it with an artist from Nashville. Her name was Odessa Settles.
Okay.
So I recorded the music here, and I went down there to produce her vocals.
Yep.
We did a duet, and then we did a video, and we put it in as a single for American Roots. And we didn't get a nomination.
Yeah.
And Amos Lee was up against us too, and a lot of great folks. And we knew it was a long shot, but we did get a lot of notoriety and got a lot of people supporting this song, and it's still in contention. We won the Cuisine International Music Award last month, which was really good for us.
Nice.
And Odessa is she's a spiritual singer, I guess. Americana singer down in Nashville. Her family, the Settles connection, is a big Nashville family, And she does a lot of background singing for the Rounder label and a lot of the artists down in there in Nashville.
Cool.
So it was really an honor to do this with her.
That is nice.
It's fabulous.
Excellent. Well, it's funny. I got to. It's funny you mentioned that name. That's a guy I'm actually really into right now. I just saw him at the Life is Good festival, actually. Or no, used to be the Life is Good festival. Now it is the Festival at the Farm.
Yes.
In Canton.
Right. Right.
Same producer, but different backing, I guess.
That's a great venue.
It is
really
a great
cool.
venue. They do a really good job.
I played there years ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Before it was
right in Canton there.
Canton.
Great. What are the Blue Hills? Right in the Blue Hill Mountains. So it was great. Yeah. And he was Amos was the headliner.
Oh, he's fabulous.
Essentially, and it was just a great show. And he played a lot of the new album. And that voice, man. Oh,
right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I heard it, I stumbled upon him at a festival, and I didn't know much about him. And it was just kind of him and not a huge crowd. You know how those things work. You got some people waiting on other stages for an artist they want to hear, and some people at another stage. And he came out and just immediately I said, well, who is that? My goodness.
No, he's royalty.
And it turns out he had some staying power still.
Yeah, he's just he's just doing Philly guy, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got a lot of that Philly sound in him.
He does.
You know? So
you ever meet some of these guys that I'm sure you meet everybody. You guys all bump into each other, right?
Well, now because of social media, I'm making contacts with a lot of beautiful, artists. We're all successful in our own right, depending on what we're doing. But it's easy to to network with just about anybody these days.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of great.
It is. Are you on any of these things? Should we?
Oh yeah.
You want to give out some of the if anybody wants to find some of your music on?
Well, yeah, you can find me at ejouellette.com. So that's my website is, and my new single "Waking Sleeping Maggie's" on there. And we also have the video, and you can friend me on Facebook and see what's going on there. I'm kind of noisy a little bit, but if you Google E.J. Ouellette musician, you'll find me.
Sounds good. You want to play another one?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I can do this off of my last album. This is called Conjure Man, Conjure Man.
All right.
And it's I've been directing and co-directing a TV pilot based on this song.
Okay.
And we've been working on it for 3 years now.
What aren't you doing these days?
Well, we've got a little film thing going on over in my studio. Excuse me. And we've had a lot of help from friends out in L.A. on this, so we've got a TV pilot happening with this. And it's about a mountain man who it's in current times down in North Carolina, and he's got potions for whatever ails you, So, he also has advice. So the advice is, he gives you the advice, but people don't want the advice. They want the potions because it supposedly works faster.
Okay.
And he says, careful what you wish for, because as we know, these things have side effects.
There you go. All right. E.J. Ouellette, folks, here we go.
In the night, felt something wasn't right. Heard whispers in the dark, something hiding from the light. I felt like I was, and I swear I was awake. Thought I saw the hoodoo man stumbling around the lake. He had long gray hair and skin hung from his face. He said, "What do you want, man? What brings you to my place? My world's got troubles and madness fills our days. I'm looking for some magic to help her mend her ways. Conjure man, what I said, help bring the woman I love back home to my bed. Conjure man, that is what I said, help bring the one I love back home to my bed." He said, "Now if you pay the price, I'll do what I can, all just to practice with a little sleight of hand. I know what you're asking, and I think I can provide, but my magic works one way, so boy, you best decide. Now this is what I want, your soul belongs to me. Careful what you wish for, son, my magic don't come free. I'll give you a potion, some herbs and roots and bells, and that girl that you ache for, man, will run your soul to hell. Conjure man, is this all it takes to bring my woman back? and in my heartache. Conjure man, I will pay the toll. My woman back tonight, and you can have my soul. Conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, conjure man. I looked into his cold red eyes, he said he'd have a deal. Smiled and said, now drink this up and watch your dreams come real. Well, his magic really did the trick. She lives and breathes to please. I never get to sleep no more, I'm living on my knees. Everywhere I go, she's glued right by my side. She wears me like a ball and chain, I got no place to hide. Her tongue is always in my ear, her hand upon my thigh. Cannot meet the needs she has, I feel I'm gonna die. Conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, conjure man, I feel I'm gonna die.
Very nice. E.J. Ouellette, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Drew.
Fantastic. Well, that was fun. You like that one?
Yeah, it's a fun one.
That's good.
I haven't played that in a while.
Yeah, they all come back pretty quickly, even when you haven't played them in a while.
I was struggling with that one a little bit.
Very nice, though. Gets catchy little tune there.
Thank you.
What's the? We were talking earlier. It struck me when you said you showed up with the guys at the Grammys and you all just kind of picked up and went. What is a professional like yourself who's been around the block? You've played pretty much everywhere and with everybody. What do you think about like the shows, the American Idols of the world, the Voices? Maybe not the Voice. That seems to be a little bit different. But the American Idols, where you got kids kind of jumping into stardom, or the maybe the one who hasn't quite learned the trade in the bars or that sort of thing. It's a little different, isn't it? This world.
Well, because you can build an audience, really.
Yeah.
If you have an audience, you can pretty much sell them anything that you want, provided there's some type of quality there.
Yeah.
Something that does work. If it doesn't work, your audience won't buy it. But I like those shows. I have fun with them.
Yeah.
I enjoy them. I think that there is something that's going on in the past 10, 15 years where stuff gets airbrushed.
Yeah.
And there's people in the studios like myself. Like I don't pitch bend in the studio. I don't do any of that stuff. I make my artists get their performances.
Yeah.
But you can fool people because you can go in there. You can fix anything that you want.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they have to go perform it, and it's you don't sound like the record.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a problem with anybody making it anywhere as long as they can sustain their music and they grow.
Yep.
So I think that's the key, is that I'm still growing as an artist.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm still working on stuff on my violin and learning new tricks and techniques and things like that. It never stops.
It is funny how some of the think about some of the great acts that are still touring right now. I was just reading about Keith Richards, and I think Rolling Stone did a thing on him this week.
Oh,
with the
really?
Stones coming back. Yeah. Who actually, ironically, just was talking about how he gave up drinking and doesn't notice it. He said, I just know that I don't drink anymore. I don't really feel any different, which I thought was a classic Keith Richards line.
Yeah.
But the Stones are saying, they're all in their 70s and they're rocking like they're 25.
Music is the fountain of youth.
Yeah.
If you do take care of yourself.
Yeah. Maybe not the best example, the Stones.
Well, I think that was all part of the whole, vibe. We're bad boys. Let's keep that image going. It makes everybody think,
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure he was a heavy drinker. I think he just, showed up with a drink in his hand all the time. And, that stuff. He was a smoker, and that'll kill him.
Yeah.
But, I think it's great. Paul McCartney's 76 years old or whatever. He's like a young man. He's a vegan. He does yoga.
Yep.
And that's how you do it. And I, in the young days, we used to party and play. I kind of didn't party that much.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get home and practice.
Yeah.
So the whole, that part of the lifestyle, that will take you out and it won't give you a lot of longevity with
Yeah.
that. So I think the longevity really comes from healthy living, enjoying what you're doing, and keeping it honest.
It's cool, and talking about some of the longevity and the reinventing yourself sort of thing. And this is not necessarily reinventing yourself, but the listeners on the show know that I'm a big Springsteen guy, and I went to see the Broadway show, which is an unbelievable take. Yeah, it's just for me, for the diehard fan. Sure. It's actually for anybody really. I think it's just the storytelling is great. It's 2 hours in a 900-seat theater. You can't beat that, Yeah. But one of the parts of his book that he talks about is how the band, and if you think about a rock star band coming up like that, you would be surprised to hear this, but the band was like kind of scared to show up if they were drunk or high or anything, because he was very strict, do whatever you want in your own time, but when you get here,
I'm strict too. I don't want any alcohol in anybody or anything like that.
It's embarrassing when you see those kind of, because people do that.
It's a business now, so you have to take it seriously. You really do. And I have I don't know if you know this, but I've been teaching here in the Merrimack Valley now since '76.
Yeah.
I've taught 15,000 people in the Merrimack.
Is that right?
Yes.
My
now
goodness.
I'm teaching on Skype, people around the country and other countries.
Yeah.
On a limited basis.
That must be cool, teaching on Skype, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't have to go anywhere.
Sorry to interrupt.
I record the whole thing, send it to them. But it's usually more advanced approach to things. But I have a lot of musical offsprings out there touring, and they call me up. They say, EJ, well, they want my advice. They give them their advice, and I'd always say is just, stay clean.
Yeah.
I have an army of musicians out playing professionally these days, and they ask me what my advice is, stay clean.
I mean, there's it's that life, right? It's you're playing when other people are winding down their nights, and you're going home when people are sleeping, and there are temptations out there, right?
Yeah, I remember leaving Boston. I used to play six nights a week in Boston for many, many years, and come, get back. I have to be in my studio in the morning. Yeah. And it was like Star Wars leaving. I was like, oh my God, these people, going over the Mystic, and they're like, whoa, But I'd go play a gig, not even have a beer. Yeah. Just.
Yeah. Well, that's good advice, I guess, for every young musician out there. Right? You gave it away for free here. There you go.
Well, if you don't have a car, if they take your license away, you're out of business, dude. Yeah. If you're doing that,
Yeah, don't mess around with that these days. Yeah. Or even any days, but certainly these days. I know you got a teaching gig today, so I promised you I'd let you get out of here. You got one more for us on the way out?
Let's see what I got. Let's do...
You got a closer there?
Yeah, sure.
Again, EJ Ouellette, thank you very much. First time on the show here for EJ. He has been great. We will make sure to do it again. Enjoy this one.
Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right, too. That's all right, Mama. Any way you want me to. Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama. Any way you choose. My mama, she done told me, my papa told me too. She said, son, that girl you hang with, she ain't no good for you. Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama. Any way you choose. Take it home?
Keep going. You got it. Go one more verse. EJ Ouellette. Catch him tonight at the Grog, 7 o'clock, and go to his website. You can catch some future shows. I know I'm going to try to do it. He is great. EJ, thank you, sir. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Drew.
We'll make sure to do it again next time. All right.
I'm a Drew fan now.
There you go.
All right. First thing tomorrow morning.
Exactly. EJ Ouellette. We'll have him on again, folks, and thank you again, EJ. First time on the show. We always appreciate it. We'll be back to finish strong, and keep it here. Afternoon Drive, Joppa Radio. Thank you. Welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. Hope you're all having a good day. You have almost made it to Friday. Applause from Tyler. Tyler Neufeld joining us, Lexi Foley joining us. The two producer extraordinaires are here, and I should actually probably see. This is what happens when they take control. See, I don't do my job. There we go. When I'm in charge here, I forget the camera thing. So here we are. We're good. Hello, everybody. There's Tyler. There's Lexi. Tyler's falling asleep. Long day for you, Tyler. Long week. It feels like a long week, doesn't it?
Like a long week.
It does. I'm talking to the microphone, will you?
Feels like a long week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been long. But we've made it to Friday. I'm happy about that. What do you got? Weekend plans?
Yeah, I'm
Trying to break the microphone.
trying to. So I'm gonna.
Don't let it attack you, okay?
I'm throwing myself off here. I haven't eaten much today. I need to eat.
There's donuts. David brought
Yeah,
donuts.
it's not really substance though.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do it either. But
What?
weekend plans was the difficult
Oh
question.
yeah. I need to go get a guitar fixed.
Ooh,
So
good
that's
segue.
The usual. Oh yeah.
How good was EJ?
It was good. I didn't hear him through the board, but I heard him.
Yeah,
through the
Lexi
wall.
was more. Lexi was actually working today. God knows what you were doing. I'm just kidding.
I'm working.
I'm just kidding. I'm
making
kidding.
tutorials and I'm making an intro.
Oh,
I'm trying to make an intro.
Trying to make an
no
intro.
promises on that.
okay. Good. So you were actually doing other stuff today. That's fine.
Mhm.
You forgot about us. That's okay. But new guitar.
No, old guitar.
Old guitar fixed.
1973
1973.
Fender Stratocaster.
Wow.
Interesting. I need to get that fixed though.
Okay.
The frets are.
Yeah.
So do that, and then on Sunday, my first cousin's kids. So I don't know. First cousin once removed
First
kids.
cousin kids.
So I have no idea
Cousin,
what that makes
right?
them.
Cousin? Second cousin? Second? No, that's not
I
it.
don't know.
We'll think about that one.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Nephew? That nephew?
No,
it's not a
no.
nephew because that's not. That's
Definitely not a
interesting.
nephew.
Which could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have that in my family, and they call me uncle because all my cousins are really close. But I know I'm technically not.
Yeah. I don't know.
Whatever you are. Well, that's nice. They're coming over.
Cousin.
Go with cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming over, so that'd be nice.
Excellent. All right. So you get a nice weekend. I like the haircut. Very good.
Thank you.
Excellent. Lexi, weekend plans. How are you, by the way?
I'm good.
Did you were actually in the house here in the studio for EJ. He was a very talented man, isn't he?
He was. I really liked him. He was good.
Really liked him. Yes, really liked him. Big review from Lexi.
Really liked his music.
Lexi
Great.
will not always say that she really likes somebody. She'll just usually lie and make it sound nice if she doesn't like somebody. That's what. But I know he was fantastic,
Yeah.
EJ Ouellette. Again at the Grog tonight, 7:00. We appreciate him coming in. Weekend plans, Lexi?
I have a Christmas party Saturday and a fundraiser. And then,
So far, Saturday's better than Tyler's
way better.
Christmas party.
You know my Saturday if you want. And then I'm filming for school Friday all evening and then all day Sunday from 9 to like 10 at night.
Friday, Sunday filming.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of you two doing the? We're doing the basketball game here in Joppa tomorrow night, the boys' game. Any of you doing that? Are you doing that?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. The lineup's not
I
set.
don't know. I just come in, I do things.
It's a day-to-day
It's
basis.
a day-to-day operation here. Ooh.
Wow.
I'll check the schedule. I'll see if I'm scheduled.
I know I'm scheduled. I'll be calling the game for Richie Eaton, who couldn't do games this week, so I am there. We did Tuesday night. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a fun take.
Kind of a segue out. Just it's a what is it? Non sequitur, but whatever. Scheduling. So when I first had a job at Market Basket, I was 15 and I didn't know schedules change
There we go.
every week. So I came for the training, and I wasn't scheduled for the rest of the week.
Mhm.
And like, all right, we'll see you next week. So I just showed up on the same day, same time, and I'd been scheduled for 3 shifts.
Yep.
And I didn't go to any of them because I didn't know. And then they didn't fire me because they were very understanding. They're like, just check the schedule
They're
and don't
like,
be an idiot.
But you are a terrible employee.
There or here?
Well, that's what they were saying when you didn't show up for 3 shifts.
Well, then I was a great employee. I never missed a shift after
Well,
that.
that's good. Yeah. But so for those 3 days, you. And then,
Yeah, they thought I just
they were
quit.
Yeah. I bet that happens.
Yeah,
That's gotta happen
Well, it
to them.
does. I mean, they get a lot of people that show up, and then they were really shocked that I came back. And they're like, all right,
funny.
they were like, oh, it seems like an honest mistake. Like, why would he come back after missing 3 shifts?
Nobody ever comes back after
Yeah.
skipping 3 shifts.
No, so.
That's a good story. Any stories like that, Lexi?
Nope. I always at work. Wicked workaholic.
You guys are good. You guys tend to show up every day. I hear very few sick calls here.
Yeah, I don't think I've called out from here yet.
Not once.
Not what I like. Only do Thursdays and then kind of whenever I'm feeling.
You've actually done some work at the Grog where EJ's playing tonight.
I do. I work there. I work there a lot because I have no life outside of work.
Yeah.
So
I went down into the basement there for the first time in a while where the bands are.
yeah.
And that's the band was actually like okay. They were not great. He's actually playing upstairs, EJ. But the band was that we saw that night was kind of a jam band, kind of like a Grateful Dead sort of thing. They were okay, but the following they had was very unique. They had people from everywhere, and it was a very. It was just an interesting crowd. They had all sorts of people there, young and old, and
Oh,
There's always a squad.
There's always a squad.
Always a squad. There's always.
I couldn't believe it.
Decent amount.
It was like a diehard, like clearly they follow the
yeah.
band everywhere. You know?
Yeah, there's people that'll come in and they're like, "Oh, this is like my 4th concert this month with them," and you're like,
Really?
"That's a lot."
And they're like, you should come check them out. You probably it must be kind of loud, although it does seem to suppress a lot of the sound. But
hear it I can't go downstairs because I'm not 21 yet, but I can
Yeah.
hear it from upstairs,
yeah,
and it's loud.
yeah, I bet. It's a cool place. Well, anyway, go catch EJ at the Grog tonight. Anything else in the world? What's going on in the world of you guys that I should know about? Anything interesting? Any stories?
The haircut.
You got the haircut. Big moment. It's a big moment for me too. I tend to talk about haircuts after
It's
we
a
get
big
them.
moment. It's very.
Yeah. Us guys with the long hair,
I feel like Samson. When I
we
get a cut.
oddly talk about our haircuts.
Yeah.
It's a scary time. I don't enjoy it. I feel I get anxiety.
I used to get anxiety
Yeah.
over it because I never knew. I'm not one to. Fun fact: you wouldn't. I talk a lot, but I don't like to talk a lot
Yeah.
at the same time.
Oh, when you're there, yeah, it's
Yeah.
always weird if you're like exhausted and just small talk. You know,
I just want to get it over with.
the barbershop conversation. I do kind of like the person that lets you steer the conversation. But I don't know. If you want to talk, I'm there to talk.
It's weird with eyebrows.
Lexi, I'm sorry, say that into the microphone.
Getting eyebrows done, it's weird. They'll
It's
try
weird.
to talk to you, and you're like, "Please don't talk to me. My eyebrows will move, and I'm gonna miss out on one."
Yeah, that
It's the
that's
biggest fear I have, getting a haircut.
so we all have anxiety in that situation then, or at least have at some point. You know, it really only takes one bad experience. Like I remember one time I've always kind of had the long hair since college, and this is kind of like short for me, but the woman just took so much off and gave me the whole jacked up the straight line right across, and I'm like, what when did I say anything like that? Which of course I didn't say. I said, great job. You did such a good job. Never coming back here. All right, final thoughts here going into the weekend. You got words of wisdom, Tyler? Lexi first. Lexi, final thoughts? You must have something. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Christmas shopping done?
Nope.
Nope.
I went and did none of it.
You went and got nothing. Excellent work, Lexi. Tyler, you Christmas shopping done?
I started.
Good.
I went all the way into Manhattan to get some presents.
Yeah. You're a liar. You had a gig. Right?
No, it fell through.
Oh, it did.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
Oh, sorry. You
You've
know what?
exposed me.
Unfortunately, we have to end the week on that, Tyler. We're going to come back and talk about that next week.
I got paid for my gig.
Nice.
I got $34, which covered gas, and that's it.
And you didn't have to play.
No, that was from another old gig.
From another one. Okay.
That I didn't get
Paid to
for.
play, Tyler. You're making it. You're making it in life.
Sure.
It's good stuff. That's the show.
Yeah.
Thank you both. You both are great. Tyler, Lexi, we'll see you both back here next week, Tuesday. I already got the week booked. We'll talk more about that next week. Thank you for joining us. Big thanks, EJ Ouellette. This has been Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio.